Nigeria. And that was the only media that have been consistent speaking against the bad government and for the purpose for reformers. Niger what yo? No more bad government. Niger what? No more bad government. Niger what? No more bad government. The only media that have been speaking. No more bad government. The voice of the voiceless. No more bad government. No more bad government. For the poor, no more bad government. Niger what? No more bad government. Niger what media? No more bad government. No more bad government. No more bad government. In Nigeria, no more bad government. No more bad government. No more bad government. The only media, no the number one media in Nigeria, no more bad government. That have been speaking against government. No more bad government. Niger what? No more bad government. Niger what you? The voice of the voiceless. The voice of the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Niger what? Voice for the voiceless. Niger watch media. The only media that have been speaking against bad government. Being consistency since 1944.
Voice for the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless.
Umuwame.
Voice for the voiceless.
Umuwame.
Voice for the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless.
Voice for the voiceless.
Voice for the voiceless.
Niger watch you. We have been seeing all you guys have been doing, and we recommending to everyone in Nigeria, saying that you guys are the number one. Niger watch you.
Nigerians, be careful, na express una dey go. Nigerians, make una kuku be careful, na express una dey go. Nigerians, una don see am o. Nigeria is officially a one-party state. Akwa Ibom State Governor don tell in aides and appointees, decamp to APC or resign. Yesterday, una watch for video as they hold their APC meeting. Senate President, lead speaker, and other lawmakers. They say they don't adopt the president as the only candidate for APC. And in fact, they won't make him the only candidate for the country, Nigeria. Nigerians 2027. APC, why are you running? APC, why are you running when nobody is pursuing you? Now, APC be the only ruling party where they operate as opposition party. Imagine make party come in 2023, they vote you. By 2024, you begin campaign for the election of 2027. The renewed hope where you talk say you carry come, you no finish amo, you are talking of another 4 years in 2027. Everywhere you go for Abuja na billboard, P-BAT, door to door, P-President, this, door to this. Why those billboard and posters no they carry the works and projects where the president and government they don't do? Why they no they carry the pictures of the projects where they commission? APC they panic mood. APC stop running, nobody they pursue you. If truly he shot for una say okay, oh, you don't work, he has done well, he has done a difficult job very well, he has done it. Why you not want to do free and fair election? Why do you not want to do electoral reforms so that Nigerians go reward you with the second term? All this wuru krukere movement where una dey waka, is it because you have confidence? Say, under one man, one vote, you will come back in 2027, or your hope is in a criminal electoral process and a corrupt judiciary? Nigerians, it's up to now. Everybody, they look in real time. They don't destroy opposition parties. Almost no party is viable for anybody to run. So APC is the only platform. That is why everybody, movement. One party state, states capture activated. The one where we're supposed to fit register new political party, it has become almost impossible. Why? Because of that same criminal INEC where would they talk. You see this INEC where they talk so. You see this INEC. If we not fix them before 2027, now express when they go, Nigerians, you they watch in real time. They coming together of the destroyers of our lives and destinies. They coming together of the people who are destroying the country. So when will we, the more than 200 million victims of this destruction, come together and also say enough? I mean, only politicians shall be come together to destroy our own life, and we go they watch them, we go they look them. Oh, they do. Nigerians, when they complain, food no day, hunger, insecurity. The people where you they complain about don't perfect plan to combat 2027. So we are ready for another 4 years of lamentations and talk. This INEC why they talk so when I think say I decrease. We go our advocacy visit for National Assembly. Who won't come? Come. If you no want come, no come. Today is day 15 of our 30 days countdown. We go do our best. But you see this INEC, if we not talk and fix them, na express na we they go. Nigeria shine your eye. Not be say you go say you no. Because waiting they happen, no they know they pretend. You see the senator where talk say when they come down for plane, you know when they see those old houses. If you not do anything with this INEC, for your own eye, he will become Senate president in this country. Should be one senator been lead people go stiff mace for National Assembly 2018. By 2019, they vote him as deputy Senate president. Anything can happen. There's no consequence. There's no accountability. Nigerians, you are your only messiah. You better decide, make we help our lives. Join this fight for electoral reform to fix INEC. If not, na express we they go. Nigerians, be careful. Na express when they enter. My name is Peter for Nigeria. Echo one party state.
Nigeria, bill to jail people when no they vote. Don't pass second reading. Today, it don't pass second reading. The bill they go. But the bill, there is no bill to say people where they sell or where they buy votes. No bill for that one. People where we go vote for where be Labour or PDP, where they cross carpet, no bill for that one. But bill where go carry you come out for your house to go and vote. Now in they want they jail you. You where you don't believe in the system, where you sit down jeje for house. Say no, I know they go outside, go worry myself. Now you they want jail. But they refuse to put bill for people where they sell votes, where they buy votes. They see what thing they happen. Only in Nigeria, the things where they happen, you go fear God. Only in Nigeria, you see people who go come out, say, we want police life to be better welfare for police. Now, the same police go use tear gas everybody, say, who send you that message? They are happy with their roadblocks. You, they fight for them for better welfare. But now them go come use again. Where you go tear gas your people where they fight for you. Everybody go wrong, go house. Fighting for police to get a better life. Is that normal? Now only in Nigeria you go see person where get his last money, say I must go church, go pay my first seed, my tithes, my offering. You go pay offering, drop seed, drop everything. No money, no transport to go home. You go come the check, they go house. Your pastor, Daddy Gio, will now drive Rolls Royce pass you. You still go, they still they kneel down for road. Say Daddy Gio. Only in Nigeria, we say we are progressing, but now back we they take progress. People, they progress through the back. Only in Nigeria. Bill to jail you for not voting because you don't believe in the process. But there is no bill to jail people where they say, Olorombo, Esa Wole. Only in Africa.
Of corruption. You could see FCC recovering over 750 something houses from one person. Locally here. Yes. We encountered challenges when we assumed office in May 2023. But we have made progress by implementing difficult, long overdue, but necessary economic reforms.
Charge sheet, a copy of which was cited by Channels Television, the federal government accused Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan of making imputation, knowing or having reason to believe that such imputation will harm the reputation of a person, an offense contrary to Section 391 of the Penal Code, Cap 89, Laws of the Federation 1990. The offense is punishable under Section 392 of the same law. The federal government further alleged that Senator Akpoti-Uduaghan, on or about the 3rd day of April 2025, during the Politics Today program on Channels Television in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory, made the imputation against the Senate President, Senator Godswill Akpabio, and the former governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello. The list of witnesses show that both men will testify during the trial. Also to testify are two investigative police officers, ACP Maya Iliya and SP Abdulafiz Gaba, who will tell the court what role they played in the investigation of the case. Another Dr. Sandra Duru is also listed as one of the witnesses. In the live TV interview, Senator Akpoti-Uduaghan had also accused the Senate President and the former Kogi State Governor of plotting to assassinate her. She was quoted as saying, "Let's ask the Senate President why in the first place did he withdraw my security details, if not to make me vulnerable to attacks." He then emphasized that I should be killed, but I should be killed in Kogi. She had concluded by saying, "What is important to me is to stay alive, because dead men tell no tales." Both men had, however, denied the allegations. In another count, Senator Akpoti-Uduaghan, on or about the 27th day of March 2025, during a two-way telephone conversation with one Sandra Duru in Abuja, made an imputation concerning Senator Godswill Akpabio by claiming that the girl Imoren in Newbong, who was killed some years ago, had her organs used for the wife of the Senate President, who was really ill. The court is yet to fix a date for the arraignment of Senator Akpoti-Uduaghan on these charges. Shola Shrieli, Channels Television News.
The president spoke about a possibility of a one-party state. This is how the president put it. Take a listen to him.
I just need to tell those ones saying one-party system is no good. It's one party ruling and driving the aspiration of Nigerians. Where do they start? You don't blame a people bailing out of a sinking ship where they have no life jacket. I'm glad of what we have, and I'm expecting more to come.
As President Bola Tinubu there, let's make sense of this. First and foremost, from the purview of those who are close to the president, who listen to him, who work with him, who speak with him every day, let's get a sense of what exactly is going on in the villa. There are those who are saying whatever has gone on today is a clear case that all is not well in the villa and in the APC for whatever that has been displayed today. Daniel Bwala is a lawyer and one of the spokespersons of President Bola Tinubu is live for us here in our studio. Thanks so much, Mr. Bwala, for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Good evening.
What happened? Why the endorsements?
Yeah, what happened today is beauty to behold. It is a tapestry of organization. Yeah, it goes to show that APC as a progressive party is a party that is living to its creed. The problem we used to have before now is that political party come, they win election, and they don't sit down to assess and reassess their performance. I'm sure you are aware of performance indicators that the president set for the ministers. This midterm is a performance assessment. Giving him that opportunity is obvious to everyone in Nigeria.
A quick question, Mr. Boala.
Right.
As a Nigerian, as a Christian,
Yeah.
and I want you to be truthful,
Yeah.
as the president delivered.
So the word delivered means he has concluded the first term. There are quite a number of things yet. He will be the first person to tell you there are quite a number of things that are yet to be seen. But if you ask the question, has the president performed? Then my answer would be a very big capital yes. And where am I coming from? Because before, when the president took the oath of office, as a journalist, you are aware that the situation and the economy, the revenue and everything around Nigeria was quite tight. People were buying naira with naira. You know that 27 states of the federation were not paying salaries because of no income. You know in this FCT where you live, there were prison breaks all over Nigeria. You also know that at the time, when this Boko Haram Abi insurgent killed our soldiers around Buhari, they said they were even coming to the villa. All of these things are quite obvious. And you also know that we had a debt. You also know we didn't have much revenue. Now, between that time and today, we came and saw foreign reserve 33 billion. We have 41 billion. We have paid our legacy debt. We were not the ones talking. The World Bank came and told you. The World Bank said we have been able to put the economy of the country on a modest progress.
The IMF talked about debt.
The IMF.
The World Bank talked, yeah.
Yes,
Right.
they talk about modest progress. And then the states of the federation that couldn't pay salaries. Now, they are not only paying salaries, most of them are meeting up to the minimum wage. They are doing projects, and some of them have even paid their debt. All of this happened because of increased revenue. And that's one of the visions of the president.
First and foremost, before I became a journalist, I'm a Nigerian.
Correct.
I'm human.
Correct.
Do you think for a moment that this is a slap on the faces of those of Nigerians, the right-thinking Nigerians who think, yes, we will be stupid at this time to think that Bola Tinubu and his government have done nothing? But have we gotten to the point where the president will be passed for primary 2 to primary 6 and say he deserves to go to the secondary school even when he has not finished primary 2?
Yes.
Does that make sense to any right-thinking person if your party has not played on the intelligence of the Nigerian people?
So this is
by this activity today.
So there's a misconception by anybody who wants to see what transpired today as our engagement with Nigerians. It was a party affair. Party affair, at any given time, you can pass vote of confidence or say no. Party must do self-introspection. Party must do...
So Nigerians should ignore?
No, not about ignoring. So what I'm saying is what happened today is not in any way beating on the sensibility of Nigeria or suggesting to Nigerians that the president has done everything. But what happened today, it is our own internal examination before we bring the external examiners, which is the Nigerian people. And the internal examination of our party, you know, we have manifesto and we have things we wanted to do, ranging from nail phone, from infrastructure, from security, quite a number of things. And we know what the president has done so far. So we looked at the two, and we arrived at the conclusion that given what he saw, what he has done, and only in 2 years,
you don't think that this is playing to the gallery?
No, not at all.
If you are, let's assume someone is so brilliant and so performs so well, he gets a double promotion. Right.
Not graduate out of
Yeah.
of high school and taken straight to college from going from primary school straight to university.
Yeah.
That is not what Nigerians. Do you think this is what Nigerians really expect?
So you talked about double promotion. Promotion is done at the end of the day when you write the exams, right? If you're planning to write WAEC, for students who wrote WAEC, before the WAEC, they used to have some mini exams to prepare them for the WAEC. That's what happened.
So
today.
APC said the exam. APC passed the candidate. APC is the examiner. APC is the one giving the result. APC is the one promoting the candidate. That is what has happened today.
As far as the issue of today is concerned, we have been getting feedback from Nigerians. But what we did was to focus on ourselves first. Are we satisfied that the president has achieved to a point where we'll give him his endorsement? We have every constitutional right. In fact, what I thought you would be doing is to be celebrating us. Because before now, political party come, win election, they stay another 4 years, they come back to Nigerians. They don't do this summit where we assess ourselves. Like I told you, it's not an event that happened today.
So Mr. If you want to, so you've touched the very corner of me. So when you said I should be celebrating, so a summit, and I will applaud your party that you are even thinking of doing anything in terms of assessment. But I imagine that assessment should have been also debated amongst yourselves.
Yes.
But this was people just coming, leaders of the party saying, President, you are the best. President, you are, after you, there's nobody. Our party is the greatest. There is everybody coming to our... And imagine, those who are attacked in the north, those who cannot pay fees,
correct,
will be wondering, are these guys living in the real Nigeria or what?
So those the people
Isn't that going to be the highest place of sycophancy politically?
Not
speaking?
really, because the people who you are referring to are not members of our party. They understand that what happened today is the activities of our party. They can understand that what we are doing is assessing ourselves, gauging ourselves, and say whether the candidate that is currently sitting on the seat, we want him to still go. So that if the president has not performed, then it is from today we will decide the party will begin the process that will lead up to an open primaries where everybody will go and contest.
I imagine that since Nigerian people voted the president,
right,
you should commit the Nigerian the performance of the president to the judgment of the Nigerian people.
Correct. Correct. So there are two things to it. One, we have been all over Nigeria getting feedback from Nigerians. The performance indicators set out by the president for the ministers, we have citizen engagement. And we've been getting the feedback. We know that for a fact. But we also know our limit as a party, that the time for campaign has not come. The time when parties will begin political activities, when you start dating, courting the Nigerian people, that time has not come.
Okay, so let's get into it. And one area that I would love you are in charge of policy. And so you have all of the facts, you have all of the data, you have all of that. And you speak, you have been given the duty to speak directly to the heart of what the president stands for in this government, which is policy and its performance. And I'd like to begin on the issue of the economy.
Correct.
Have we turned the curve to say our economy is stabilized? And Nigerians are watching tonight. Look, you will be out of office, President Bola Tinubu will be out of office, but what will not be forgotten is the role everyone played in the history of this country, whether they are truthful to the Nigerian people. I will be the first to applaud the government or the president if you achieve the best. There are policies that we have applauded right on this program.
Right.
But in your own sense, do you think you have turned the curve?
The economy is out of the intensive care unit. The economy is at the recovery room in the hospital. So the economy is still in the hospital. We admit of that. But coming out of intensive care unit to the recovery, if you ask medical practitioners, they will tell you it is no moi moi. It is a very big milestone that you are at a point when you can die, to a point where fundamentals of what would have caused for your death has been dealt with. But now you need to recover from the basics. And if you look at our economy, because we are settling debt, because we have foreign reserve, because we have also established key baseline for the growth of the economy, we can beat our chest and say the economy is stable. We are entering the stage where the effect of the economy will hit the Nigerian people in its proper form.
And we are not in any way suggesting it hasn't done that, because I told you, when you look at it, Mr. Sheun, this administration of President Bola Tinubu, he said, during my time, there will be no ASU strike. He ensured that the needs of ASU people were given. And there so far has not been any strike by ASU in Nigeria. This president led and spearheaded the increase of minimum wage to the Nigerian people. This president ensured that our youth corpers get as much as 77,000 in a month. This president ensured that the critical areas of the economy, the private sector, are given access to equal opportunity to thrive. This president, at the same time, ensured that while we're carrying out this reform, there are interventions. Interventions are to meet with the indigent members of the society. So, for example, the NEL Fund. Close to 300,000 students in Nigeria are beneficiaries of the NEL Fund to fund their studies. What about the rice program that is all over Nigeria? Look at the agriculture. And then look at the credit scheme that has been established so that we curb corruption. Civil servants don't have to steal money to buy cars.
Let's just stay with the economy, Dr. Buala.
Right.
The parity of the naira to the dollar.
Look at the stability of that period.
What did you? Well, in terms of stability, yes, we have achieved that stability. It's not gone as high as it is undulating a few times.
But within a reasonable margin that is understood and appreciated by the basics of economics.
But in fact, in terms of parity, what your government met on the ground and what is on the ground is far cry.
It can never be the same. Why? Because when that $1 to the naira used to be 170, is because there is a dollar somewhere that was subsidizing for it. And that dollar subsidizing for it at some point wasn't even going to the purpose it was intended for. It was going into the pocket of
so
people.
You look at
you have reported it as a journalist.
There are other indices. Food inflation, which is the core, that is inflicting pain on all other metrics of the economy, is still very high.
But what was the latest report? The latest report of the inflation
is improving. The question is that how much of improvement have we seen?
And this is where
your government brought that problem.
No, it's not a problem. Your government saved Nigeria from decadence. It's a reverse psychology you're playing. Our government, because you can imagine for a moment, when the president came, he continued with the status quo. Where will he get the money to subsidize for the dollar, subsidize for the fuel? Where will he get the money to support state to pay salary? Where will he get the money to invest in those infrastructure, hospitals, students, and the rest? Where? Nowhere. You can fast, you can pray, it will never come. He thought to himself, we need to generate revenue. How can the future of our children and our children be engaged? So he came up with this idea. Even the tax, wait for a moment, give us the next 12 months and see what our tax reform will bring to Nigeria in terms of increased revenue. Do you know the revenue we are generating? So we should be clapping like this to the president. Because, you see, that decision the president took, I beat my chest to tell you from 1999 till date, every president that came was, I won't use the word afraid, but ran away from taking that decision. And every president discussed that. Obasanjo discussed it. He said they would do it in phases. He left it. Yar'Adua came. Jonathan came. Buhari came. In fact, at the point, Buhari was going to do it immediately. Because before people advised them otherwise. President Bola Tinubu came and said, oh, no, I'm a consequential president too. We can't sell the future of our children. All of us as a family must realize we don't have income. We've been living a fake life. And right now we are in danger. So let's take the decision. But he prepared our minds. He said it will be tough. The president didn't fool anybody.
So now the big question here is that, well, the president came, made some decisions that caused the trouble, and he's trying to,
and there's relief now.
Well, maybe you are feeling it. You are in Babariga.
You are not feeling the relief?
You're in Babariga.
Let me ask you, are you feeling the relief or not?
I can't talk about relief. I'm not an average person. I'm a journalist.
Oh, I'm glad you are
in my own class. I can't compare. I won't class myself with the millions of Nigerians who are facing the suffering there. I have a stable job right here. I cannot classify myself. My job is a high-end job. As far as my class in this job is concerned. But I cannot, just remember, I can't class myself with those. If you say Nigerians are feeling the relief, who are those who are feeling the relief?
You see, the suffering.
The food, price of food, the issue of inflation, how much of relief has Nigerian people?
So let me give you let me tell you a graphic example of how the relief is done now. The food prices went up because we were no longer paying subsidy and there was cyclical effect in the value chain. But then we have bad roads. So we now invest in roads, construction and infrastructure so that there will be ease of business, and trade. And this investment in road created jobs and it has also its own cyclical effect. We also invest in healthcare, thereby creating opportunity for our people to not have to travel, but they will take care of their basic need. We look at education, and we now invested in education. So the same poor man that has now felt bad because of that decision, his situation became precarious. Now the impact of those decisions we have taken is coming back to him. But you see, when we talk about plan, there is an immediate, there is a midterm, and a long term. I told you about the immediate. Now take for a moment, and the best way for you to understand how the common man is positively impacted by President Bola Tinubu's administration. What constitutes the corporate entity Nigeria is the states of the federation, because the federal government is just small. These poor people you are referring to, they are in our local government, they are in our villages, they are in our towns, isn't it? The president introduced local government autonomy that push enormous resources to the local government so that when deployed judiciously, Dr. Shehu, when it is deployed judiciously, it will take care of insecurity, it will bring about commercial activities in that local level, it is going to provide healthcare services to the people, and it is going to deal with the root cause of insecurity, which is poverty, lack of education, and the rest. Is the poor man not directly impacted by that? So, and this is when we are doing reform. I have never seen anywhere in the world where a reform is carried out and it doesn't come with inconveniences.
Yeah. So, Dr. Biola, to wrap up the conversation,
right.
And I can mention a few, which I think your government can borrow you a few things, which is also part of our role, to be able to let the Nigerian people know how they can benefit from the effort and the policy of government. The free cesarean section that government gives to the Nigerian people, that is applaudable. I mean, that is an initiative that makes a lot of sense. Thousands of people die, hundreds of people who do not know that that is available, they die. And this government put that in place. It's affordable. You talk about the NEL fund, and the students who are getting those, although there are some people who are now going in the institutions who are going back, that is applaudable. You talk about the revenue, the increase in revenue, states are getting it, that's applaudable.
Standardization of the airport, improvement of roads.
Is it commonsensical to think that to have a headway in a Nigeria that has been bereft of good leadership, that corruption has almost killed the nation, that you have a leader that will take a hard decision? Yes, it's right thinking to think that a leader will come and take the hard decision. But the question here is the event of today. That are you not rubbishing the sensibility of the average person by rejoicing and celebrating what has not fully come round in a second year of a 4-year term?
And that's what
that is a question.
And the answer,
is your party panicking? Is there desperation in your party? Is all well within your party?
All is well. Can you see me? Do I look like all is not well?
You're not the average man in your
Have you
party.
ever seen me with Agbada before? So you see, let me tell you, Mr. Sean, I said it and it bears repeating. What we had today is internal mock. We know the WAEC is yet to come. We know the exam is yet to come. In fact, why we call it a national summit of our party and we didn't throw it to the general Nigerian people is because we respect the sensibility of the people. So we don't want to go to them yet. It is not even time to go to them. And in terms of communicating, what we're doing is what we do every time. On an average, 5 times every week, I'm in all platforms talking about policy.
The question is, you people are celebrating Christmas in June. Why not wait for things to come around before celebrating? Okay. Because you are in the process of delivering. Yeah. You have not delivered. You have not performed. Then you are celebrating.
Yes, we have not performed to you.
The opposition does not agree.
But
they are part of Nigeria.
I explained to you.
I highlighted some of the effort that have been made. But is it not too early to be jubilating when you have not come around in the delivery of the promises?
And I said it's because it's an internal affairs of the party. If we had called the nation, And we're doing that. Yes, your
It's on
point might
national
go.
television.
Yes, but it's for our party. And the reason we wanted it being on national television for people to see transparency. And we want all other parties to copy. That at every given time a party is in government, you must do midterm assessment. The president must be examined by the party.
Well, the opposition does not think that your party has done well for Nigeria.
How can they know when they have eyes they can't see?
Everybody is saying already they will send President Bola Tinubu back to Lagos in 2027.
From where? Where is he? Where is his party?
Are you aware that they're planning SDP, ADC, and all of these parties?
Even they are trying to bring penicillin and penicillin. Let me tell you, this opposition, very sadly, in my recent memory, is the worst that has ever happened to Nigeria. Don't forget, Shehu, let me even use this opportunity and also praise myself. When the president became president, after the election was over, I was single-handedly in the opposition, right? When I made the decision and I came over to President Bola Tinubu and I came back to my party, the floodgate opened and they were joining us. So I am Moses in this journey. And the reason is simple. President Bola Tinubu is delivering on the promise. He's not perfect.
It's for Nigerian people to judge. Your party is supposed to be in the farm working for the Nigerian people.
But congratulate us for the event of today, please.
I won't, because...
So you are now in the opposition?
No, I'm a media person.
Congratulate me for wearing a bada.
That's going to be a personal conversation afterwards. But right here, I think you should subject yourselves to the assessment of the Nigerian people.
We will do that when
Let
the
Nigerian
time comes.
people judge.
We will when the time comes.
Dr. Daniel Boala, the special advisor to President Bola Tinubu, a spokesperson.
The pantophobia is experienced by all Progressives Congress and Asiwaju. That's why you see them doing that. Can Nigerian people, for the life of me, honestly ask themselves an answer that we are prepared to have a president that will appear in the United Nations, and when he stands to address, he will say, the fellow citizens of the world, here we are in the United Nations, different from Bala Blue, Blue Blue, and blah blah. Or that he will say he brings electricity from America and converted it into yam and beans. Or he will say he will turn 50 million people into Agbado. And you see, if you look at the candidates running for the office, for the serious-minded Nigerians, it is quite evident. People in Nigeria, their minds are made up. It's like you're going to obedient people and you are trying to blackmail Peter Obi. And you are singing hip-hop, it will not move them. The Nigerian people have made up their mind. They've looked at these political parties. APC is on the extreme, playing religious politics. Labour on the extreme, playing religious politics and all kinds of things. PDP is the only party that has national strength with a common objective for a recovered Nigeria. The Chatham House. The Chatham House, like I said the other time, is a building, but the institution running the Chatham House is Royal Institute of International Affairs. So what they usually do is they discuss about policies around the world. And when they raise up policies, they bring policymakers and people who are trying to think of change to come and have the conversation. And each time they invite anybody from anywhere in the world, you will see representation from around the world. So that when you speak, they will say you are addressing the world. You see, in those days when you appear in Chatham House, they will say somebody addressed the world. Now, check the ones that Asiwaju went. Who is the world there? It is APC Nigeria and APC London, then the assistant chair of Chatham House, and those other white people you see are the lobbyists that APC briefed to organize those events. They went and made a caricature of themselves. Then in the evening, they were singing Bugao, Eni, Bigao, and they're jumping. As if what they did in the morning amounted to displaying intelligence leading to what we want to change as a country. When you go to the Chatham House, what do? You speak. After you speak, one or two people will ask questions. Have Nigerians not been asking questions? Those that will vote. Most of those people, they don't come back to vote. The people that will vote in Nigeria have asked questions about electricity. They've asked questions about the economy. They have asked questions about healthcare. They even talked about insecurity in their homes. Farmers has asked, how can we go back to farm? And he has answered that. Let us stop this neo-colonialism. By thinking that entering a British Airways to land in London and speak to some people who their skin pigmentation is white, that is a conclusive proof that we've told you what. No, speak to the government. I will be moved and appreciate if these guys will go and engage with the government of the United Kingdom. Because after all is said and done, it is the government that will influence the policy and not the Chatham House people.
There is an argument which the learned Sikh, Mr. Keyamo, argued yesterday on the program. He said forfeiture doesn't mean penalty. And it doesn't mean a fine, because I made reference to a portion of the Nigerian Constitution which made reference to the status of anyone who wants to seek the exalted office of the president, and whether or not such persons are being involved in any kind of indictment or convictions in the past, fine or penalty or whatsoever. But he said that forfeiture in that nature wasn't a penalty. Actually, but in law, was that a forfeiture? One.
Yes, forfeiture.
In law, that forfeiture, is it a penalty?
Yes, it is. You are forfeiting what rightfully you would have argued as your own. Why are you forfeiting it? Because investigation proved a link between you and that item, and that the item relates to narcotics. So narcotics and money laundering is a criminal offense. Suggesting to his prosecutory mind, if the prosecutory mind is functional, these are the thoughts. How much was Bola earning? How much he was earning, even if you multiplied it by a number of years, the prosecutor will say, is it enough to have that large sum of money around that time?
So you're raising this matter on the answer that needs to be gotten from the APC and the presidential candidate on where the source of that money, isn't it?
For the Nigerian people, the question is not just about the source is important, but for the Nigerian people is, there is still a cloud around drug-related offenses and drug-related activity with somebody who wants to be the #1 citizen of the country. And I will tell you why. Because if you look at opium in Nigeria, very recently, you saw the massive busting of cocaine in Nigeria. This idea of drugs and narcotics is a terrible case all over the world. And if someone has that questionable character, is elected as a president, what it means is that it will embolden people who are into those activities. That is why the person has to come out clean. That is point number one. Point number two, and very important, apart from the drug, if you look at part 799 and part 680, 680 is the Court of Appeal case, 799 is the Supreme Court case. We are the spokesman, apart from the narcotic case, many years ago went to court and also challenged the certificates of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. In part 680, actually volume 12, Nigerian Weekly Law Report, part 680, if you look at page 200 and paragraph 10, these are the words of Festus Keyamo. He said, in a final analysis, however, then he now alluded to all the certificates that he laid out in that affidavit. He said Bola Ahmed Tinubu presented a dubious certificate.
All right, so
he has not refrained from that, even though the judgment of that court dismissed that application because he did not attach affidavit under a summons. But one fact is clear, he has not come out today to say those things that I said in that case, I no longer believe this. When you have finished convicting somebody and you sentence him, do you retry him again? That means that case, as far as that case is concerned, it is conclusively concluded, not in favor of Bola because he had to forfeit that. That's number one. Number two, I heard him yesterday saying it is the party who are just willing to know because they don't want to field him for the second time and they want to be, don't deceive Nigerians. His former boss, what is his name? The human rights activist, Gani was the one that started this case. He applied to the court for mandamus. He even asked to be given the right to prosecute the matter. It was Gani that sparked off this issue, and it was a legal matter. That is why the party was compelled. Even it was around that time that Festus Keyamo also went to court and said, in addition to it, that the man's certificate too is a problem.
We need to wrap up now. On the final note, what is your summation on this matter?
I am afraid that the conclusion of this case is that from the eyes of the law, especially if you look at the constitutional provision you cited, Bola may be disqualified from contesting.
By who?
No, if the matter goes to court, interpreting that provision of the Constitution, because the finding in that civil forfeiture proceedings has ended against him. That's why he forfeited that. And narcotics and money laundering, whether in America or in Nigeria, is a criminal offense.
All right, guys. This particular video, I decided to bring it up to tally what he was talking about last night with the same show. You understand? You see why you cannot trust these people. People like us, we will remind them of their traces. Unfortunately, mainstream media will not remind them of things like this. They only just bring them in for 20 minutes or 30 minutes. The next thing you are hearing, oh, our time is up, and that's it. Normally, this is how media is supposed to be. When you ask them questions, they are blabbing, then play their previous videos. It's just like what Trump did 2 days ago. Play their previous video for them. Let's see what they will say. This is same Buhala who destroyed Bola Ahmed Tinubu in totality. Is the same Buhala telling us now that Tinubu is doing excellently well at this moment. You see why you don't have to trust any of these people. I just thought I should bring that here. I appreciate every one of you, my people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all. I appreciate you all for your time with us. Today is Friday, 23rd May, 2025. Mother of all my diaspora, good evening to you, mommy. Thank you very much for all that you do. We appreciate you always. Thank you so much, Abu Azi. I appreciate you. Thank you, everyone right there. Uyi Desmond, Mr. Johnson, Emmanuel, Amaka, O, Mike Akambare, Ike, Andrew. I can see you all right there. Thank you very much, my people. Thank you, Lucky Ike. I can see you, Blessed Lady, Timmy Idibe, Kakun. I can see you all. Deputy is right there with us as well. Thank you, Rize Shukuma, Patience Demudia. Thank you, my people. Best Max, I can see you in the building. Thank you very much, my people. Pachat Nofema, dear sister, I can see you. Love Maduka, I can see you. Good evening, good evening, good evening to you all. Happy weekend to you all. In fact, don't forget, say today now, Friday safe. The time runs fast, busy. Sometimes you don't even know what the day is all about. Thank you so much, everyone right there. Black Panther, my brother. Thank you. I can see you right there, Madam Ahmed Bright. I can see you as well. Thank you, James Mark. I can see you. Who again? Shapali, Discussion Channel TV. You are there, Prince Aka. Thank you, Osas. Osaide, I can see you. Good evening to you all, my people. Then we have Madam Stella Masevedo. Thank you very much, man. Good evening to you. Steven Stan, I can see in the building. Thank you. I appreciate you all. Thank you, Timmy DB once again. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all. Blessed Lady in the building. Thank you. I appreciate you. Then we have Paul Madugu in the building. Thank you so much for your time with us. Madam Peggy Modi, I can see you right there. Thank you very much, man. Promise to do busy right there with us. We Desmond once again, and many more. Osesmo, I can see you as well. Discussion Channel TV, Peter Ife, and many more. It's like I'm repeating some names all over again. Ariomi Abdul, I can see you. Thank you very much for just coming in. Michael and Emaro in the building. Good evening to you, sir. Clifford, thank you once again, and many others. In case I don't mention your name, I want you to know that I appreciate every one of you. Now, all of us, they do the job together right here. I'm going to be posting out a link for those of you that want to join tonight's broadcast panel. To be precise, then you have to come in now. But let's listen to Ojiogbe Shapali.
I missed you.
We have gist. Rufio.
Hey, we have gist.
Video for
Ojinika.
Don't
join Nigerians to be doing
gist. To be gisting, Abi?
No,
I think it's too late.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, all right. Well, good morning to you, viewers. Happy Friday. Let's begin what's trending by discussing reactions to the summit organized by the All Progressives Congress in Abuja on Thursday, where President Bola Ahmed Tinubu addressed the issue of the one-party system, stating that it's the APC that is ruling and driving the aspirations of Nigerians. Tinubu also described politicians defecting from opposition parties to the APC as bailing out of a sinking ship, adding that Nigeria's democracy allows for freedom of movement and association. Well, let's take a look before we take some reactions.
Before I skip, I just need to tell those ones saying one-party system is no good. It's one party ruling and driving the aspiration of Nigerians. Where do they start? You don't blame a people bailing out of a sinking ship when they have no life jacket. I'm glad of what we have, and I'm expecting more to come. That is the game. We are in a constitutional democracy. Don't forget the freedom of movement and the freedom of association is not criminally punishable. Welcome to the progressives.
Okay, wait, so I would like to ask a question. This will not be the certain way they shake that time. What will be like say Tinubu dribble us that time, this president. Because some people they say that no, they don't treat her, they don't know. This man, nothing wrong with him during the time of campaign. He be like, he get game. You see how he talk and say it's all about a game. This man, God. Now why be say this man not they shake again? See how he dey stand gidigba. Nothing they happen. Nobody even hold on there. His speech are all articulate and smooth. What happened that time? Does it mean this man was just playing some kind of game so that everybody was distracted or, you know, making content about it? Or I don't know. I'm asking question though. Because what me I'm seeing here, this man is very, very heady. He's very, very articulate in his speech. He's fluent. So what happened that time? I want to make una answer me when will I come to the panel later on.
Sweep them clean.
Welcome to the progressives. Sweep them clean. Jagaban. Let me take some reactions. And this is a reaction that is, re-echoed on social media. This is from Emma, who wrote, President Tinubu said, there's nothing wrong with a one-party state. I completely disagree with him. He was among those who kicked against the one-party state. I wonder what changed now. I'm completely against a one-party state. While President Eniola actually pulled out multiple newspaper clippings, with the caption in August 2010, Bola Tinubu won against one-party state. But today, they say it's a blessing. Obviously, the internet never forgets. There was the interview that's been trending now back in 2010 when, the president actually kicked against the one-party state. And we have, mentioned this on this table that we are all against this because it doesn't support democracy. But let us just touch more on the summit yesterday. In the meantime, Senate President Godswill Akpabio, during the summit, urged that Tinubu be returned unopposed as a presidential candidate of the APC and called for the president to be the sole candidate of Nigeria in 2027, saying that his leadership qualities and experience make him well-suited to represent all Nigerians and not just members of the All Progressives Congress. Let's take a look.
The political sagacity of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in view of the fact that despite very difficult times, he has been able to set Nigeria on a path of growth, confirmed by the International Monetary Fund. In view of the fact that Nigerians are grassroots people, are very excited. In view of the fact that even the members of the National Assembly and senators said they have never had it this good. The leadership of the House of Reps should join me. I want all the members of the National Assembly of the APC extraction to stand up wherever they are. I want the civil senators to stand up where they are. And you will echo what I'm going to say. Those who love you will also join. I want to move, and let it be moved, that not only will President Bola Ahmed Tinubu be a sole candidate for the presidency in 2027, but he will also be a sole candidate for the whole Nigerian population, because all our political parties have been torn into shreds. I went to my state and I saw the umbrella at the PDP. It has over 100 holes. And so very soon you will hear. I'm not the one to break the news, but I know the national chairman has already broken the news that everything in the South has collapsed for you. And that is the same thing that is happening in the nation. Nigerians are saying that because you have done a difficult job well, that it is time for us to reward you by sending you back to the presidency for a second term in office. I move, therefore, as the Senate President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that Mr. President return, one, as a candidate of the APC unopposed, and secondly, as the next president for a second term come 2027. I so move. Listen to that voice. That's the voice of the Senate President. I so move.
The voice of the Senate President, Dr. Abasi, has been cracking up the whole time. And you know, a lot of people have said, if Senate President Godswill Akpabio was not Senate President, he could really have a good job as a is it a comedian or a jester? What do you call that? Dr. Abasi, over to you, really. I mean, because really, okay. I don't know if anybody...
Just to add to what I said earlier on, I think the APC National Summit yesterday, held at the banquet hall of the presidential villa, there was a lot of psychophancy, there was a lot of masturbation, there was a lot of psychophancy, there was a lot of comedy. Now, the Progressive Governors Forum, led by Senator Opuzodinma, the National Assembly, led by Senator Godswill Akpabio, they said they passed a vote of confidence in the president. Others did. In fact, they turned the banquet hall into an extension of the Senate and the House of Reps, because it was the Speaker of the House of Reps that seconded the motion. Unfortunately, the Senate President forgot his gavel. He didn't go with it. and they forgot to go with the mace, of the Senate and that of the House. So that's why I say it is comedic.
Yes.
However, what is important here is that the President is saying, well, the Constitution allows Section 40, freedom of assembly, Section 39, freedom of expression, and that people can express themselves. Those rights are not criminally punishable. He's right on that score. But let him be reminded that that same yesterday, the coalition have refused to keep quiet. They have appointed Senator David Mark as chairman. They set up a committee led by Lee Elimoke, Senator Lee, former governor, former minister Lee Elimoke, to see if they should stay within the existing party. They've set up the Rotimi Amechi committee, who will be, Rotimi Amechi will be 60, by the way, on May 27, Children's Day. And that committee has recommended the formation of a new political party called All Democratic Alliance, which motto will be, trust for all Nigerians. Now, that ADA means Ada in Yoruba language. So the opposition too, they are wielding cutlass. They are. Ada means cutlass. So 2027 will be, the build up to it will be very interesting. Right. However, my fear is that as the politicians begin to jostle so early in the day, where would governance be? This is the point. President Tinubu says he will take us to promised land. Yes. I hope the politicians will not be distracted. Those wielding cutlasses and those wielding vote of confidence, and that there will be enough time to spare for the ordinary Nigerian who expects performance, service delivery, and progress and growth. Absolutely, you have said it right. We should really focus on governance at this point. I cannot believe that we are speaking about Tinubu as a sole candidate of Nigeria at the point. Godswill Akpabio, before I come to you, Rufai, meanwhile, popular Kano-based musician Rara performed his hit song, Omo Rara Ra Omo Logo, which means child of glory for the president during the summit. Let's take a look. One was also there to Ganusi. Everybody, Omologo, Ganusi. Very interesting times.
Very, very interesting times. Rufy on fire.
It's the political economy.
Yes,
All I just want to remind them is, please, a lot is failing in governance. So you cannot be Ganusing and all of that. I know, you have to make your money. It's part of the political economy. When, till today, after the over 2 billion spent on NNPC, we've not seen anything as regards the refinery. People are hungry, people are in poverty and all of that. But Dr. Abati, like you said, these politicians are very funny people. You know, a lot of bootlicking, comedic interplay and all of that. And you see, never take the word of a politician seriously.
Yeah.
Because they don't mean it. Let me take you on a quick journey. On the 22nd of September 2024, Governor Umoeno of Akwa Ibom State said, my link with Akpabio will never undermine PDP's interest in Akwa Ibom State. Where is Governor Umoeno today? The same Governor Umoeno has now said that as a member serving in my cabinet, if you don't follow me to APC, you are in problem. But 2024, he said that. Even Mr. Senator Godswill Akpabio, I'll take you back to 2014. He was part of those that started the support for your guy, Goodluck Jonathan then. That's at 2014. He said all the governors are loyal behind Goodluck Jonathan. Today, he's still the one starting the support. When you have high level of inflation, economic malaise and the likes. So they will do what they want to do. But Nigerian people, remember, the vote is in your hand. Do not sell it. The Senate can quickly stamp authority on this. When they forget that there are electoral reforms they should work on. That is what will make our elections credible. And this one that INEC now say they are going to have an AI department leading up to the election. Hope the AI will avoid technical glitches in the next election.
All right. Well said, Rufai. Well said. Mumbai, let's take another story now in another development. The federal government has filed a criminal defamation charge against suspended senator representing Kogi Central, Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, over claims she made during a televised interview on April 3rd. During the interview, the senator alleged that Senate President Godswill Akpabio and former Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello were involved in a plot to assassinate her. The government accused the senator of making imputation, knowing or having reasons to believe that such imputation will harm the reputation of a person. The offense is cited under Section 391 of the Penal Code, Cap 89, Laws of the Federation 1990, and is punishable under Section 392 of the same law. Godswill Akpabio and Yahaya Bello are listed as complainants and are expected to testify alongside other witnesses. Akpoti-Uduaghan, who was suspended from the Senate in March for alleged misconduct, maintains that the charges are politically motivated and part of efforts to silence her. I mean, we saw the story yesterday. Your thoughts on it?
Well, I mean, there's not much to be said because the issue is obviously sub judice at the moment. But these particular charges, to call these particular charges politically motivated, I think is a little bit a miss of the truth, because things were said, allegations were made, and she said she has evidence to prove those very weighty allegations she made. It was inevitable that, you know, if you make such heavy allegations towards anybody at all, and they feel that it is unfair, that they will seek some sort of redress. So this particular case was inevitable. I don't think this is the part that's politically motivated. There are so many moving pieces. There's also reports of some witnesses in favor of Senator Akpoti who are said to have been arrested and so forth. So yes, there are other elements happening around the case that we can argue and say are politically motivated. But the case itself is a case of you allege, and I have come to challenge you to prove your allegations. And of course, we wait for all of that to play out in court, because those allegations were extremely, extremely weighty.
Yeah, exactly what we said when we brought this story on the table. And, you know, remember I said, Senator Natasha Akpoti is a lawyer herself. So like you've said, the allegations are weighty. We'll hope to, follow up on the story when the story unfolds. We'll take another story now. Labour Party leader Peter Obi has debunked reports of a secret meeting with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in Rome to discuss a 225 billion naira Fidelity Bank debt crisis. Well, on Monday, a report alleged that Fidelity Bank faced insolvency following a Supreme Court judgment requiring the bank to pay damages of 225 billion naira to a Nigerian firm. Well, Fidelity Bank has since debunked the report. In a statement posted on X on Thursday, Peter Obi said that the rumor was fabricated by blackmail merchants determined to mislead Nigerians and tarnish his image. His tweet reads in part, "It's obvious that the biggest business for blackmailers now is talking about Peter Obi from every negative perspective. Even my solemn spiritual trip to Rome has been twisted into yet another blackmail campaign by merchants paid ostensibly to propagate anything negative against Obi. Let me categorically state that I have never sought an audience with or met President Tinubu since he assumed office, except about 1 minute meeting at the arena of St. Peter's Basilica, Rome, during the inauguration mass of Pope Leo XIV, where I was seated behind and had to respectfully greet him and other dignitaries present. The self-proclaimed blackmailer-in-chief and others who thrive on spreading pain and falsehoods have also claimed that I own Fidelity Bank. For the record, I do not. Throughout my career, I have served as chairman, director of 3 banks, financial institutions, of which Fidelity is one of them. Fidelity has over 500,000 shareholders, none of whom hold a majority stake. What this blackmailer seeks is to harm these hard-working Nigerians and cause them needless distress. To those peddling these falsehoods and engaging in blackmail, I offer a simple prayer. May God grant you the virtues of gratitude and understanding to know that we came here with nothing and will go with nothing, that they cannot profit from their evil ways. The new Nigeria is possible. I mean, we did see the story trending. I mean, it was one of the biggest stories during the inauguration of, Pope Leo XIV. I mean, that picture was actually the picture of the week, the meeting between the president and Peter Obi, and of course, fire me. But I'd like to also take Bianca Ojukwu's tweet. Nigeria's Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Bianca Odumegu Ojukwu, has clarified what transpired during the recent meeting between President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Peter Obi at the Vatican in a lengthy post on X. Let me read a part of her statement. She wrote, "The inside story, how it all went down in Rome as we entered. I cited former governors Peter Obi and Kayode Fayemi already seated, and I went to greet them after the president was seated. Being patriotic citizens, they both decided to come up with me to pay their respects to Mr. President. The president very warmly and graciously received them both in a relaxed and humorous mood, after which they both returned to their seats. I was therefore taken aback by all the buzz and flack that something as simple as a polite greeting to one's elder, not to mention president, an intricate part of our African culture generated across social media space with all manner of innuendos and interpretations. Let's just agree that many people just had the casual urge to create a giant mountain out of a mini molehill. So let's let this one chill." I actually liked her tweet, Rufai, because, we did see this story, and it's good that Bianca has come to say she was the one that actually took them to the president to greet the president. We've seen different sorts of stories, and even the story of the president's son being ushered away, during that meeting as well. So many stories on social media. Really unnecessary.
What happened? I'm not saying there's no court, whatever, with Fidelity Bank, but Fidelity Bank is more than capable. A bank capitalized of over 1 trillion is more than capable to sort out all the encumbrances, and they are doing it. It was a hit job. In days to come, how some people try to blackmail the bank to the extent that they are using means to be able to fleece the bank, things will be revealed. And please, we cannot use sentiments to bring down our banking system. Nigeria can't afford a banking crisis. And that's why when that story broke, we spoke about it. The point is, Fidelity Bank is strong. I'm saying that because I'm a patriot. And Nigeria comes first. You don't want to run on the bank. People will blackmail. Peter Obi is in the political eye. People will say all sorts. He has come out to clarify now that nothing of such happened. They will look for stories and make it juicy and link it one way or the other. It is their word. But you will know that there was a target against Fidelity Bank, a bank that has done so well in recent times. And give it to Madam Oyanlipe. And it has to be said, we need to support banks like that are doing well, as we support every bank in this country. And that's why when that VDM thing happened, you were the one that played the side of a GT Bank to debunk that story with the CCTV that they released.
Absolutely.
So let's call a spade a spade. It is political season. Those that had tried to hit the bank with all these false stories, definitely in the coming days, they will be revealed. Absolutely. I can tell you that for fact.
All right. Well, let's take another story now. Dr. Abati, I'd like for your comment on this story. The father of the 14-year-old boy killed by a stray bullet on Tuesday in Oyo State, Odunayo Alade, has shared what happened. He spoke with News Central. Let's take a look.
Well, to them, they said I follow one way and I let them know that this is the road that everybody, all the neighborhood there, this is the way they are passing. A very short distance to the main junction. I won't say one way, because the place is, as I said earlier, it's a very short space, very short. It's not up to a pole. You understand? We just come out and then we follow the normal way down. It was when I entered through that road, one of them just came and jammed my vehicle. The elder brother of the deceased was supposed to write work yesterday. Was having a 8:30 paper yesterday. So if I should stop, then they will delay the boy. So that's why I just went over then, go on my way. So after I left them, I just heard the gunshot. So I didn't stop. Then the boy in question was shouting, "Daddy, daddy, daddy, daddy." I was even shouting on him that, "Why are you shouting? We've left them, so we are safe." Then his twin brother now told me that he has been shot.
My heart goes out to this family and this man. No parents should witness the death of their child. I mean, when I followed the story, no child should be buried by their parents. Like you said, it's also an African adage as well. But you know, it was really sad to watch this father narrate the story. He said that, he was, taking a shortcut. It wasn't a one-way. And also said that he didn't know he was being stopped, which I don't really understand, because we see the video there and he was trying to maneuver his way out of there. And, I really feel sad for this incident. The police, the officers there, should be blamed for the way that they behaved, but also it behooves on the parents. For me, if I am driving with my children in the car, I always take extra caution, really, because I feel so sad for this young boy's life that has been wasted at this point, died of a stray bullet. Really sad situation. Dr. Abati.
Very tragic. No child, no citizen deserves to die, whether it's Odunayo in Ibadan or anybody else in any part of Nigeria deserves to die because our policemen are trigger happy.
Yes.
Now, the police, they always talk about what they call standard operating procedure.
Yes.
Even where a person is disobeying the law, the vehicle that is being driven has a plate number. The person can still be traced. Yes. In some of these states, they claim that they have cameras everywhere. Maybe those cameras don't work everywhere. That person who is disobeying officers in uniform can still be apprehended. That's how they do it in civilized societies. Then you just carry gun and you just shoot at a moving vehicle. You say you want to demobilize the tire. Given the level of training and skills level of these policemen, they are not trained marksmen. They are not trained, what do they call those people? Snipers.
No, they are not.
As it were. So he says he wants to shoot a tire. He shot inside the vehicle. So this is the thing about police discipline and standard operating procedure. The Inspector General of Police, IGP Egbetokun, has already ordered an investigation. CP of your state, Adenola, has to explain exactly what happened.
Yeah, exactly.
The officer who shot and, snuffed life out of a promising young man who was going to write a WASC exam.
Yes.
A young man who still has a whole future ahead of him.
Gone.
Whatever may have been the provocation,
yes.
This is unacceptable.
Yes.
And the investigation must be made public. The outcome must be made public. The final point, however, is that people should also respect
the police officer.
The rule of law.
The rule of law.
Many
absolutely.
Nigerians are also very difficult.
Yes.
They will say they are above the law. Yeah. Nobody should be above the law. Finally, the point I made when we first discussed this story. NSAS protesters asked for psychiatric evaluation of Nigerian policemen.
Yeah.
We want to know how far they have gone with this mental health assessment of our policemen. Because if you check now, that policeman who shot the young man who probably has his own children.
So has he been arrested?
The police.
Well, they say they are still investigating. They should arrest him.
No, he should have been arrested.
And all these people carrying guns all over the place.
Yes.
They should go for mental health assessment.
Absolutely. But also, we have to make the point here. Whenever you're stopped by a VIO,
he's been arrested.
He's been arrested.
Yes. Whenever you're stopped by a VIO or a police officer,
you have to respect the law.
Please respect the law. Really, that is the takeaway from this story. May that young boy, may his soul rest in perfect peace.
Amen.
Shall we take this story under entertainment now that has been trending all week? The much talked about meeting between superstar Davido and popular high life musician Bright Chimezie, which came months after Davido sampled Chimezie's 20
on basically 8 issues. First, we approve our constitution as an association of Northern Nigeria. Then 2, we approve the leadership of the LND, which was read out. We will give you the the list before the end of this. We have the list somewhere. Then 3, we resolve to support the National Opposition Coalition Group for the transitional politics towards 2027. Then 4, we resolve to contribute in the dialogue on either to register a new political party to drive as the vehicle to drive the politics, or fuse into the existing political party, whichever is agreed. The National Coalition Group set up 2 committees, among others, 2 committees. One, to consider the desirability or feasibility of registering a new political party, and 2, to consider fusing into an existing political party. Both committees submitted their reports. The committee for fusing into another political party is headed by Governor Lemoke, and then the committee for registering a new political party was chaired by Governor Rotimi Amechi. I was the secretary of that subcommittee for the registering of the new political parties. We made our submissions, and then former Governor Nasiru El-Rufai brought out a suggestion that, a complaint that SDP is also interested to be considered for that fusing. So for that, the committee set up 30th of this month to decide either to go with ADC or form a new SDP or form a new political party. So we in the LND here, we have resolved to support that position, and our first option is to register a new political party. But where the final decision is taken to fuse into another political party, we will be supportive of that, and we will work with the committee to fuse into another, the existing political party. Actually, this is the 8th resolution that I put it here. But then number 5, we resolved to engage the 19 northern governors on the terrible situation in the north, the endemic poverty, the destitution, the insecurity, the unemployment, and that is facing northern Nigeria. Most of us have agreed that the biggest problem in this is the inertia of our 19 northern governors. So we resolved that we are going to engage them one way or the other. Then the sixth is we resolve to mobilize the North and by extension all Nigerians to pressure government, especially legislators, to uphold, defend, and protect the Constitution of Nigeria. All of you here, I'm sure you are very familiar with the Constitution. I will give you two examples of what happened in Delta and then one happened in Kebbi. The legislators, the entire gamut of legislators in Delta and Kebbi states moved from their sponsored political party, PDP, to APC. The provision of Section 68 of the Constitution of Nigeria stated without any ambiguity that any legislator at the national level that leaves his political party that sponsored him to a new political party shall, he said, shall vacate his seat. And subsection 2 compels the leadership of the National Assembly to declare those seats vacant. We saw it in Delta, and we saw it in Kebbi. Nothing happened. Previously, there were others too. Now, the point we are trying to make here is that unless we abide by the provision of the Constitution, and in interpreting that section of the Constitution, the Supreme Court of Nigeria, 7 justices of the Supreme Court of Nigeria, led by former Justice Dotijo, interpreted that provision that such a faction, if there is a faction, such a faction shall take the entire gamut of the party, ward, local government, state, zone, and national. It shall be at the national level. We all know that there is no such faction in PDP. Yet PDP legislators will leave, and then nothing happens. The Senate President will not.
Okay, guys, I will have to stop it right there. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you very much for your time with us. That is the end of our presentation today. Thank you very much, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all. I only have 2 articles. The link were posted out earlier on. For those of you that want to join today's broadcast, you can start coming in now. For those of you that want to call in, yes, this is the best time for you to call in. The link will be reposted. They give. Madam Deborah is already calling in. Okay, Madam Deborah, let me just take your call now before I will move on to the article. Good evening to you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Talk to us.
Yeah, I'm already calling in.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good evening, Mr. Elvis.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good evening to everyone, all our viewers and commenters on today's program. Let me start first by paying my condolence to the boy that died, the young boy that lost his life needlessly. You know, it's really sad. You see, the future of that boy is just cut short. This is a death that shouldn't have happened. But we are in a country where life is not preserved. You know, it's really sad that this shouldn't have happened. But this is just a reflection of the country. That's what we're seeing. You see, by the time nobody wants to do the right thing, we have a system that is not working. This is what you get. That's the outcome of what you get. I'm sure the parents of this boy now, they never knew that Nigeria will happen to them. Probably during that 2023 election, I'm not sure who they voted for. And probably when they are talking about issues of Nigeria, they will look as though it doesn't concern, does not matter to them. But this is what we all keep if you ignore what is going on and because it has not affected you, and you say, oh, it don't concern me, you don't know when it's going to affect you.
Exactly.
So it's high time now, Nigerians, when we see a wrong thing happening, don't keep turning deaf ears and act as if it doesn't concern you or you're waiting for somebody else to do it. When it will happen to you, that's when you will now realize that this is the reason why we are all fighting for a better system. So it's sad. The boy just passed away for just no reason. That's huge carelessness, recklessness, and pray that his soul rest in peace. So I want to say something. I saw the video you show about Daniel Bwala. It's a shame, but you see, Nigerian politicians, obviously, they don't have shame. They all are the same. There's no shame again. They are openly doing what they want to do because they know that nobody's going to question them, nobody's going to challenge them, so they don't care. Okay, look at the man saying that, I think it was the last video, the man that is saying PDP politicians that were elected under PDP, they defected. And there's no consequences, even though it's written in the constitution. But who is going to hold them accountable? When those people that want to hold them accountable are equally breaking the law. So this is the problem. This is the problem when even the president himself does not follow the constitution. Nobody obeys the people who are supposed to hold those people accountable. They too, they are breaking the law. So you see, Nigeria is in the big problem. Sadly, you see now, even before 2027, they're already campaigning and they're already telling you to your face that they want to do a one party. They are not even hiding it. That's the whole thing. They are not even doing it hide. They're even doing it openly, till you know what they want to do ahead of time. Because they know that nobody is going to question them, nothing is going to happen. They are going to do it and they will get away with it. Yeah, they are. Imagine we are in 2025. They are already coming out. Akpabio openly. Tinubu has already come out to say it openly. So what else do Nigerians want to hear? They are already telling you this is what we want to do in 2027, and they will do it. And Nigerians will not do anything. That is how bad the country has become. It's sad, but I'm just telling you, Mr. Elvis, it's like somebody wants to come and rob you in your house, and the person is already informing you that, look, I'm coming so time to come and rob you. And you actually come and do it, and you are helpless. You cannot do anything. That is exactly what is going on in Nigeria.
And nobody, they are not listening to anybody. So it looks like they are doing their thing.
Nobody is, okay, who is going to say anything? Look at that man that came out complaining about the PDP legislators and that defected and nothing happened. He himself is complaining, he himself is helpless. So nobody is going to do anything. Nobody is going to do anything. So far, there's no any indication that anybody is going to do anything, because the entire system from head to bottom is all corrupt. So who is going to change anything? I don't know, but from what I'm seeing, even the electoral act that they are talking about, to be honest, I don't see how that is going to change anything, because the people who are there, they are not willing to change anything. Even if they decide to do any electoral reform, it's still not going to change anything. They're still going to do what they are going to do, and nothing is still going to happen. So it's just a very, very sad situation.
Very sad.
Nigeria is at the moment. I don't want to say that it's a hopeless situation, but that's just the way it looks. That's just the way it looks. Sadly, look at Senator Natasha now. They are just trying to use her as an example, and they are going to get away with it. You see, they twist, instead of addressing her concern, they twist it now. They want to do her like the way they did in Nnamdi Kanu. They are going to twist it and nothing except if, I don't know, except if I don't know what is going to happen, but obviously they are trying to subjugate her now. When you dare challenge the system, that's what they do to you. They want to use her as a scapegoat now, so that other people will know that the day you open your mouth to challenge the system, that's what you get. That's exactly what they are going to do to her. It's a very, very sad situation, Mr. Elvis. At any time I see this, it saddens my heart. But the fact that nobody is even doing it, everybody just sat down and we are all looking in a helpless situation at the moment. It's a really, really sad place to be.
Exactly.
Where things can change. Let's hope. Let's keep it hopeful. They say when you have life,
when
you know, you still be hopeful that it's going to happen, even though it doesn't look like. Does not look like. This is the one they are saying coalition and all. I think Nigeria has gone beyond redemption. I don't even see coalition able to fight these people. They know, okay, Tinubu has all the governors in his pocket. All the governors now are dancing in the same direction. So even if you have corruption, how can you stop it from rigging his own? The governor has every power in his disposition to rig the election and declare whoever he wants to declare as the winner. So how are you going to stop that? That's the question. Even if they do the reform and they refuse to follow it, what are we going to do? Nothing. The 2023 election, they decide to switch off beavers and they rigged it. It happened. Nothing happened. They didn't even follow their own law, and nothing happened. So what difference is to do? I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, these people don't care. Nobody is going to hold them accountable for anything that they do. So that is the sad reality of Nigeria at the moment. Things have almost gone beyond repair, the way it is now.
Exactly.
Things have gone beyond repair. So people thinking that, okay, even during the time of Goodluck Jonathan, Nigeria wasn't as bad as this. There was still a bit of rule of law. So that time is not, even Buhari with everything that Buhari did. I think Buhari did not even, I don't think Buhari is doing what these people are doing under 2 years. Buhari still gave governors autonomy. Buhari did not interfere much with what is going on in states, in different states. But just look at what Tinubu is doing now. Just look at what he's doing. So anybody still trying to compare the time of Buhari and time of Goodluck Jonathan, I think Nigeria has gone beyond that level, far gone. In the last, what has happened since 2023 till now is worse than what Buhari did in the 8 years of his presidency.
Exactly.
So we did not see any of this kind of abuse of power in the 8 years of Buhari. We didn't see it. Buhari never made the country a one-party system. He did not. So what these people are planning and they are going to execute, if it is allowed to happen, we're going to be in, I don't even want to use my mouth to say it, but Nigeria is heading to somewhere else. at the moment. Only God knows where Tinubu and his men are going to take Nigeria to. Expect the Nigerian people rise up, and the kind of uprising that can dismantle the system is not this. It's not this one that Nigerians are doing. This one is not going to shake them. So it's just sad, you know. But let's just keep watching. Maybe God is planning something that we don't know.
Thank you.
Except maybe
God is not planning anything. Unfortunately, it's not.
But Mr. Elvis, you never can tell.
No. God is not.
I'm not saying God is coming from heaven. Maybe
He's not planning anything.
You and I are aware of.
God is not part of what we are facing right now at all.
No. Try to understand what I'm saying. What I'm saying is probably some people somewhere are planning something that has not come to the open.
Okay, yeah, if people are planning something, that's fair enough, but God is not part of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I said, you know, people cannot come out publicly now to say what they're doing because of fear. So, except that's why I need.
Yeah.
Maybe people are somewhere planning something that we don't know. So we can just.
Okay, let's see. 2027 is around the corner. We already see the drama and everywhere. So we'll see more as the time gets nearer. Thank you, ma.
But then too, don't know what things can still happen. Things can still happen. Nobody knows tomorrow.
Okay.
Tinubu that is there today now doesn't know it's going. It doesn't.
I agree with you. Anything can happen. But if you look at it, the margin, or rather, the statistic of what might happen, you know, the percentage might be 99.9% more evil, more pain, more hunger. Maybe the remaining 0.5% is what will change Nigeria.
I agree with you.
Yeah,
I
so
agree with
yeah.
you. We can only go by what we see at the moment. Yes.
It's crazy.
We have to go by what we are seeing at the moment. Yeah, that's what we're basing our judgment on. And if we're going to base our judgment on what is on ground that we're seeing, that's the reality of what we're seeing at the moment. It really, really looks hopeless.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It looks hopeless.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Elvis.
God bless you,
Thank
man.
you so much, sir.
Thank you for all that you
sir.
do. I appreciate your time all the time. Thank you, man.
Thank you, sir. Yeah.
All right. Mother Deborah is saying that maybe God might intervene. Unfortunately, God will not intervene. I say that Kate Baby is also saying that, yeah, nothing God cannot do. I beg. God don't leave us for Nigeria, tele, because He has given us everything that we ask for. It's not left for you to utilize it, and we have failed woefully to utilize it how it's supposed to be. So we cannot continue to be repeating the name God. It's just like you telling me right now that I should showcase your name on the screen, right? You can see now, okay, maybe you're on the screen right now. Then we'll not see, you'll not be writing continuously. Mr. Elvis, showcase her now. I'll say, but I've done it. You still say, no, do it. Then it become a laughing statement. So God have left us tele, you know, so we should understand that most of us listening to this broadcast right now, where we are watching from, the 95% of those of you listening to me right now, your countries are working well. Not be God do it for them. Now their leaders not do them. And not be God give them their leaders. It's because the rule of law is in that country where you belong. So the number one thing that destroyed Nigeria today is the continuous belief of religionism, believing that God will do it. Even some of us have run away from Nigeria. We go to UK, America, Canada, or Europe, or anywhere. We'll not from there be saying God will help Nigeria. That's the height of hypocrisy, because you did not wait in Nigeria. Make you wait first, make God help Nigeria before you come out. You don't go America, UK, they tell us, when they say Nigeria, say more with the patient, say God will help Nigeria. So for me, at this moment now, the everything has been given to us. So the failure of the country is literally in our hands. not God anymore. So if we don't know the right thing to do, let's stop calling God until we know the right thing to do. That's it. So for me, I strongly disagree whenever people say the normal statement that become a chorus. People normally say that, in every end of a statement, they normally say, now only God go help this country. Now only God go help this country. What are we talking about? Everybody just look like a joke. To be honest, all of us just look like a joke. Now only God go help this country. God help which country, for Christ's sake? Which country are you talking about? Do you know that majority of the people in the UK, they don't believe in God? I'm a very, very strong Christian. I believe so much in God. But I'm saying in the UK, a lot of people don't believe in God. I'm talking about the white people. If you ask them on the street, do you believe in God? They reply to you by saying no. Do you believe in Jesus Christ? They'll say no. They don't exist. Do you know that God don't punish them? God Almighty still continue to protect them and give them everything they want. Do you know that our satanic, or rather, some of our satanic religious leaders have bestowed confusion and fear upon Nigerians to always believe that if you fail to do things in some certain way how they want it, not how God wants it, then God will punish you. You see, if you fail, just for me now, if I just say, God cannot help Nigeria, some religious people here now will see it as an offense that I have disagreed or have disrespected God Almighty or looked down on the power of God. You see our mentality? Whereas it doesn't have anything to do with disrespect or anything, or even disagreeing with God. Rather, it have everything to do with God have given us everything already, and He have left. It's not up for us to activate it. You get it? So that's how it is. So for us to be saying, oh God, now only God will help this country, that's why we are where we are today. That's why you see a lot of satanic religious leaders are hiding under that to put more fear, bestowed more fear in you to continue to do things how they want it to be, not how God wants it to be. Now you get it. Although not everybody that can still get it. So the situation of Nigeria today is not about God. God not get hard for inside at all. Call out your leaders and call out the citizens, the people who are paying less interest to this whole thing. That's it. So we cannot continue to be calling God, 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 God. Let me take this article so we can round up this show. Oh, Dr. Aruna in the building. Dr. Aruna, good evening to you, sir. It's been a while. I'm very, very fine. I'm fine, sir. I'm still here. Oh, I'm here because Nigeria's situation is giving me headache, giving us a headache. It's so stressful. Sometimes I'm tired. I don't want to come on air, but I just want to do a quick one. Even though it's 1 hour, so that I'll round up the show just to keep to the consistency. Everybody have to play their part. That's why I'm here. Thank you very much, sir. God bless you. Thank you very much for all that you do. Dr. Aruna was one of the voice amongst other voices in 2023 presidential election. Hopefully we don't know what is going to happen in 2027. A lot of people played their part at that time. But meanwhile, let me take this article here. I have two articles. This one from Vanguard saying that Peter Obi can lead Nigeria. LP factional chairman says as he dumps party. Let me look for his quotes because it's a quick thing. Okay. My team and I had carefully looked at what is happening in Labour Party, including the crises that have been going on for 7 years, and wondered how long it will continue, he said. He claimed to be living with an estimated 5 million supporters and declared his new destination to be Team Wazobia Nigeria, socio-political and non-partisan movement. Unquote, we continue with him again. I hereby stand today to announce to Nigerians and all the Labour Party faithful who are under my own faction that we are pulling out today as a team, he said. He continued, unquote, we are moving from the Labour Party to Team Wazobia Nigeria. This crisis has come to a point where it's no longer healthy in the Labour Party. Okafor blamed Obi for failing to resolve the lingering leadership crisis, saying his inaction raised questions about his capacity to govern a country like Nigeria. Unquote, now they talk so. When His Excellency Peter Obi joined us in 2022, what did he do? He supported Abure, who has become his Akemena today. He supported him in everything he did, despite the warning by our former National Treasurer, Ms. Olushi Okpara, about his several embezzlement of Labour Party money. He said, "This is the time for reality. So, if he can't govern the Labour Party, for me, he can't govern Nigeria. And that is why I have to leave." So Okafor ruled out returning to the People's Democratic Party, saying you can't see their governors and National Assembly members defecting every day into APC, what it means. Blah, 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 blah. So yeah, that's what is said there. I don't know what you think about that, but still, I have the last article that I have here, sharply, so I can just round up the show. The last one is just Senator Natasha Uduaghan have responded to the government suit against her. But I pitch the title of this one. I'm not saying when it comes to reading PG, not too easy for me like that. But make we try. I'm not saying one day we'll try for you and I laugh and I finish everybody, but I believe I've improved. The suspended lawmaker wey they represent Kogi Central Senator District for the Red Chamber, Natasha Akpabio, says she did talk with her lawyers to get copies of the lawsuit where the federal government they talk, federal government file against them. This they come as the office of the Attorney General of the Federation SAMA lawsuits. Okay, SAMA lawsuit. Hey, go CPG. SAMA, that is grief. I mean, that is the SAMA. So SAMA lawsuit auto Senator Akpoti. This lawsuit now shake of allegation. Hey God. Where Ms. Akpoti Uduaghan been made for one TV interview on the April 3, 2025, where she talks, say, Senator President Godswill Akpabio and former governor of Kogi State, Yaya Bello, be the plan to buy her. This one is sweet too. They actually shocked. My first reaction when I read them now out of shock because them never served me with papers till now. I got read them on the news and they actually shocked, say such investigation be they go on. The lawmaker tell BBC. I don't make I rest for there. I beg. I don't go cut my tongue. You know, easy. We can speak PG, but to read PG, it's not too easy like that. Too many gallop this side. But nevertheless, my people, I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for your time with us today. Nobody joined the panel, but we're running up now. Even though somebody joined now, you might likely just be on the backstage because we are running up now. More will do it tomorrow again. Tomorrow is Saturday. I appreciate every one of you. Now, God bless you now. Thank you for your time with us. I want to appreciate the only super chat that we got today from us 7 year Amede. God bless you, sir. Once again, I'm very, very grateful. And okay, blessed lady says, Elvis, you are very fluent in pidgin. And when are they talking? Very fluent, but when are they read them? You see all those gallop with the Nigeria. You know, easy, yeah? You know. Okay, Kate Baby said, Mr. Elvis, pidgin is sweet for your mouth. Pidgin is sweet for my mouth. Okay, but to read them, the gallop too much. I know I'm all this my enemy now. They can't go cut that part, carry, they go say enough. You read pidgin. Now because they careful when it comes to read the pidgin like this. I appreciate you all, my people. Divine Cross, thank you very much. You see as it is sweet for your mouth. Wow. I'm not sure say not be pushed and they push me, they go where I not go. I don't know so. So to speak it is okay. It's okay. Years ago, I not speak pidgin, you know. It was difficult. I can't talk. Bass bulls. Then the thing don't magnet for my for my tongue now. So that's why you see in most cases I like to speak pidgin because I don't want to ever lose it again. Yes. And they speak wella. You know, but to read them, we never graduate like that for that area. But we'll get there. Before self to even pronounce our native names here, I was struggling. Many of you don't follow us for tele. And I know now to pronounce proper native names. You know, I they cut my tongue and everything for here. Say Yoruba name, Benin name, Igbo name. I can't say, hi God. The title way my Igbo people give me till tomorrow to pronounce and steam, I need to go look book before I go know them. It's still they hard me. That title is long. Now only give us a man they know how to pronounce them properly, and many others. But nevertheless, before the Congo join this broadcast now, let me quickly round up because they'll you boy, just now they don't come. Thank you very much, my people. More of all, Mommy Diaspora, I appreciate you, Mommy. Thanks very much for all that you do. God bless you always. Abu Azi, thank you very much. God bless you. I'm very, very grateful for what you all are doing here. Do your part, my people. Press on that like and help us to share. Thank you very much, Mother Deborah, for calling in. Blessed lady, thank you once again. Beckmark, thank you very much. God bless you all. Divine Cross, Adewale James, Aka, thank you. I can see you right there. Thank you, Kate Baby. I appreciate you, blessed lady. Many more. I appreciate you all. Tomorrow is another day. Let's join here by 7 p.m. tomorrow. Let's continue to talk about what is affecting us. Remember, Saturday and Sunday, if I have my way, I would like to round up the show before 1 hour, except if we are engaged with hot topic. People like Ogasi, don't they pan, Black Panther, don't they pan, it's not too easy for us like that. They can't follow the rest. So if Saturday and Sunday not they too busy, they always they celebrate them because Saturday, if I get my way, I'm not even supposed to come out at all. But nevertheless, I appreciate you all. Let's continue to encourage ourselves so that we can continue to do more. My people, we've come to the end of this broadcast. We need to round up right now. Good night and bye for now.
That's right.
There's power here tonight.